Hello everyone, welcome to Monster City, and today we are looking at the Splats Head Animal Friends series. Dotsy, which is kind of like a baby chicken or a bird, kind of similar to a Tweety bird from, I think, Looney Tunes. This character, I guess it could potentially be described as false advertising. It's not necessarily really a big deal in my opinion, because that's why they have these characters displayed here. You can see what they look like, but it may confuse some people because this is the same color as well as the same design, but it's a different color for this character, and they have a different name as well. And Dotsy has one eye larger than this eye and a different facial expression. So it's a little bit confusing. These characters are very simple. You just basically splat them on the ground. These characters I did see initially on Amazon, but I don't think they're released entirely to the US yet. I think they may have been released just recently to the US, back in August 2024, and they were very expensive, about $35 for characters of this size. There's a larger one, which looked like a zombie, and that character was about $75. So they were very expensive on Amazon when initially available to purchase from the US. But I just recently saw these at Walmart and decided to get them because they're only like $6.35. I was really hoping to get one of the zombie characters or like one of the monster characters, but they didn't really have them. They only had the animals mostly. I like the design. It's very simplistic and cartoonish, and the character looks very sinister, like they're looking down at something, and very interesting. That was loud. The character outside of the box feels powdery already, kind of like to where there's a powdery film over it. They're filled with sand, so they can be posed in a variety of shapes. I don't really pose them in a variety of shapes, but for this demonstration I will. The body seems to be filled with air. I think it may be able to be filled with sand. Here's a little bit of a time lapse. This is basically the gimmick, in part with these characters. It's very simple, you just mold them into a variety of shapes. It's kind of a little bit hard to get them back into their original shape. I do want to note, as these characters are shaped into a variety of shapes, the more likely they are to probably rip open, because you're stretching the rubber material they're made out of more, and the sand may make them rip open. So yeah, these characters can definitely be put back into their original shapes. It just takes a little bit of tweaking with the sand and everything. Wonderful character. Let's try splatting it onto the desk. See how that looks. It's pretty much what they're designed for, is just splatting them. Wonderful. So yeah, these are just very fun characters. I decided to purchase them because I have a whole bunch of other sand-filled, malleable rubber toys that I like to collect. It's a wonderful design. This toy reminds me of the Imperial Toy LLC Wild 'N Out Punchball Critters. There's only one photo that I have been able to archive of the Wild 'N Out Punchball Critters from Imperial Toy LLC, and that's this very pixelated photo. It's from a website from Canada issuing a recall against punchball critters due to a choking hazard, a potential choking hazard that they could have. And Imperial Toy LLC, the representative for product integrity, disagreed that they could have been a choking hazard because there was no significant events involved with Imperial Toy LLC, but there was significant events involved with yo-yo balls, which not from big time toys, but just stretchy water-filled yo-yo balls. Those have been proven to be choking hazards. Yo-yo ball type toys and punch ball toys, they seem to be a threat, which is understandable. I have not been able to find a single clean image of a wild and out punchball critter. I used to have the parrot. I could not find anything from that. It's very rare, even more rare than the Imperial Toy LLC Monsters series from 2007. I have 2 of them. I used to have the blue one, but the blue one's gone. Here is a character that looks a lot like a Rick and Morty character. That's what made me want to buy this character. Olin is this character's name, and they are an octopus. They look very sinister and very unhappy with whatever is next to them. They look like a villain. Both of them look like villains. I was thinking about getting this character. This character is actually in a yellow color, so still a little bit inconvenient with the product placing if you don't have some of these characters. Olin is this design and not this design, so I don't know. It's kind of inconvenient. Here is the sinister and elusive Olin. So apparently their bodies, they're basically the ceiling of the actual toys so that the sand doesn't fall out. Oh, I did not notice that. That is cool. You have kind of like the company name. Yeah, that is really cool. Wow. Very wonderful toys. Very simplistic and cool. Pretty cheap for $6.34. It's a little bit expensive, but not the most expensive toys that I've purchased, really. Yeah, here's these 2 villainous looking characters next to each other. They are really, really cool.